Oh, right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson is accused of attacking his wife by radical witch woman. Let's jump in.
Idea of grape became into existence like with agriculture.
What? So you think that men weren't graping before then?
No, I don't.
Oh, and
because I don't.
What's your evidence for that?
I don't think they understood men's role when it came to how women became pregnant and how children were created.
What did that have to do with them just being horny?
I don't think men grape because they're horny.
Why not? What do you mean? So wait a second.
Because
let me get this right.
grape is an act of humiliation. And
so primitive man, right? You agree with me that Homo sapiens have been around for about 100,000 years?
I think it's 300,000.
At least 100,000.
Yeah.
Okay, but we didn't come in. So we actually operated the same way we are right now. We have the same brains, same physicality, basically same everything. Differences in height, differences in smaller things like that.
Sure.
But we have the same capacity. So do you saying within that 100,000 years, this, let's just say, for the sake of argument, but you know what? We'll do the 300,000. Within this 300,000 years, only 10,000 years ago, men figured out the technology of grape.
I don't think, like, if you don't know that sex creates children, then your whole theory is that men are graping so that children can come into existence.
Oh, that's not my theory. That's your theory.
Hold on.
I think men.
That's not my theory.
Hide it in the sources. Good. You guys continue.
Yeah, I think that men grape because they're horny too.
I disagree.
One sec, guys.
Oh, you disagree.
What the hell, bro?
Can you hide it here too?
Yeah, so let's test that and see if you actually do disagree. Does every single time you have sex with a woman require consent?
Well, I would say sex implicitly, by definition, would be consensual. If it's not, then it's grape.
Wow.
So then every instance of sex would require consent?
Correct.
Okay. So if a husband wakes up in the morning and he has a boner and he leans over and starts banging his wife while she's asleep, is he graping her?
Yes.
He is.
That's crazy, bro. Wow. I'm telling you guys, it's all about it's all about controlling men, man. It's all about controlling men. That's what it is. It's all about controlling men, guys. That's crazy.
Why is he doing that? Because he's horny?
I think because he assumes he has consent.
Yeah, so he's horny. So therefore, if it is the case that he's still graping her, even if he assumes he has consent and does not, that he's graping her because he's horny, right?
That's crazy.
No, I don't think that he thinks he's graping her.
But that has nothing to do with the fact of the matter. You said that men do not grape.
The motivation behind grape is not that they're horny.
That's definitely his motivation behind that grape.
No, because he doesn't think he's graping her.
Why would it matter whether he thinks he's doing that or not?
Because that determines the motivation, right?
You're saying that men have to think that they're doing the act in order for them to be motivated to do the act?
No, not at all. I'm not saying that men don't commit grape unknowingly.
Okay, so this guy is graping his wife, which, by the way, means that I've graped my wife I don't know how many times.
That's a weird thing to admit.
See, they love using the sign language where they have the opportunity. They will use it.
Oh, I'm fine with it. Like,
You're fine saying that you've graped your wife?
Yeah, if you think that me rolling over in the morning and she's asleep and waking her up with sex is grape,
well,
then I'm fine with it.
She's unconscious?
She's asleep, for sure.
That's unconscious, right?
Sure. Yeah.
If she had too much to drink and passed out?
Yeah, we've done that too when we're both drunk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, where she passed out.
Yeah. She's also graped me by this metric too. She's woken me up with sex.
Well,
I didn't consent.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Hey, there you go. But see, this is where things get convoluted because then if she agrees on that statement, if you flip it, that means that if you agree on that, that means that you have to be okay accepting that females can grape men as well. But you cannot do that because then that victim status will go away. That's why she's just deviating the conversation.
Are you saying that you've graped your wife while she's been passed out?
I'm saying while my wife has been sleeping, I've woken her up with sex many times, and vice versa. So did we grape each other?
By definition, yeah.
Yeah, so we're both. She grapes me sometimes.
Such a dummy.
I grape her sometimes.
I
A
think
little grape.
forced penetration is still grape.
A little grape here, a little grape there. She grapes a little. I grape a little.
That's weird.
We all do a little bit of grape.
Yeah, that's
Why-
man, that's so weird. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And here we have the fakery. Huh, I don't know. That's weird. That's disgusting, man. When we know feminists, bro. Feminists, they had the weirdest fantasies, man. Just go on Barnes and Noble. You'll see. Just go to Barnes and Noble, guys. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just go there. All that has been transformed through the feminist landscape. Hey, these so fake. They're so fake, man.
Hey,
Totally not weird, by the way. I'm just going to tell you, this is the norm. What's that?
would you continue if she didn't wake up?
I don't know. Half the time I'm drunk, right?
So you don't know if you would continue.
No, I don't think I would continue if she didn't wake up.
Why?
I don't know. It's less fun.
It's right. So obviously you want your partner to be conscious, enthusiastic.
Yeah, but she wasn't conscious when we started.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but
so a little grape there.
So
little
if
grape
you
here.
then why not just wake her up?
Why do I need? If I am waking her up
Well,
with
I mean,
my penis.
Why not
I'm
just
waking
wake
her up
before
with my
penetration?
penis.
This
Yes.
is crazy.
Why is that crazy?
This is so crazy. Oh. Here we have the false sense of elitism. Oh, you guys are peasants. You guys do those stuff. Oh my God. You do something called sex. Oh yeah. Man, this is so fake. It's very
Common
fake.
it is that men and women wake each other up. Like a man will be woke up by his
I don't care
girlfriend.
how common it is.
Yeah. So
What does that have to do with anything?
What makes it crazy?
Because they're unconscious.
So, do you know what implied consent is?
I do know what implied consent is.
There's an
but
implied consent when you get married. It's implied that you're consenting to sex.
I don't think it's
That's
necessary.
Then
crazy,
you have to
man.
bite the bullet that my wife has raped me any number of times.
I've told you. I already agree with
and
you.
you think that that's rational?
that it's rational to say what?
Do you think that I'm emotionally scarred because my wife rapes me or
Oh
grapes me?
no.
But is she emotionally scarred by me graping her?
I mean, I don't know. Probably not.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know about
So then rape can just be a neutral act where it doesn't harm anybody?
I mean, I definitely do think it can harm in certain capacities.
This
if
is
you're
where
not
feminism has
consciously
gone. I'm sorry you have to stop it. They get to a point that they want to even they want to even control the marriage, man. They want to even control the marriage. This is how far we have come, man. We have come so far that where they want to even control the marriages. Insane.
aware of
Yeah,
it.
but it's not harming anybody,
I mean,
here, right? So grape can be morally neutral. I just want to make sure we're clear.
No.
What would make it morally bad? Demonstrate the harm. Who's being harmed?
Well, I think in some capacity, it would be the same harm that would come of someone engaging with someone who is like dead.
What?
I think the psychological.
God.
I think psychological.
I think we
aspect
reacted to this. I remember I reacted to part of this.
of wanting
This is
to
crazy.
Demonstrate it. Demonstrate that there's harm.
One second.
Okay.
I think the psychological aspect of wanting to engage in intercourse with someone who is unconscious is highly harmful.
Demonstrate it.
Demonstrate what?
How? So if my wife,
So
you
that
just
would
got done
be-
saying, if
that-
my
that-
wife wakes me
it's
up,
classified as what is like paraphilic.
help
which
me out
is-
with this. I'm totally asleep, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Completely asleep, and I wake up, and my wife is giving me a blowjob. I wake up to that,
Mm-hmm.
okay? What's the harm? How have I been harmed? Tell me how this possibly is harmful to me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying it could be harmful to you.
So then grape is morally neutral. So
I love when Rachel Wilson has something to say about this. This is why I hate witches. They're always trying to ruin my fun. Let Andrew and I do what we want to each other and stay out of it with your silly Marxist nonsense. Yeah, that's what it is. It's come from that Marxist communist playbook where they want to control even your marriage, guys, even your bedroom. They want to get to a point they can even control your mind. They want us substitute to God with their nonsense, guys. That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. I'm telling you.
Sometimes.
No, I don't think it's morally neutral. Like, I don't think like
Then what's the
necessarily
immoral part
harm.
here?
I don't think harm necessarily has to come to the victim in order for it to be.
Then what would make this morally bad? What makes it morally
I told you
bad?
the psychology of wanting to engage in intercourse with someone who is unconscious.
Okay,
Why is
again,
it? Why is
you
it?
haven't explained how that's harmful or how that's bad.
One second. Would you engage with your wife if she were dead?
No, of course not.
Why?
Because her soul has left her body. She's not a person anymore.
Her soul has left her body.
She's not a human being anymore. It would be like fucking dirt.
Can you give
right?
me like the secular position?
Why do I need to give you any other position?
How
than
is
that?
it? I think it's.
You need to give me from your position instead of obfuscating what actually makes it immoral.
I'm trying to give it an analogy.
Yeah, well, can you just tell me this? What makes it immoral for my wife to wake me up with a blowjob? What makes that immoral? By the way, have you ever woken your ex-husband? Do you ever wake him up like that?
No.
Never. Never happened once?
No, Andrew, she's pure. She's just, you guys, I don't do those disgusting things.
Not that I. No.
No? All right. But you do realize this is very common, right?
Super common.
Sure. Yes.
And so just people are just commonly graping each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of instances where grape happens where people don't think they are graping someone.
So
that's a part of like miscommunication theory.
okay, great. I just want to make sure I get the correct or the answer to this question correct. What is the actual harm? And demonstrate it for me logically, please. Or the immorality. Why is it immoral for my wife to do that to me?
Well, I mean, obviously, if we're talking about consent, I think the basis for that is the Fry's model, which is freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. And so obviously it doesn't meet certain aspects of those criteria.
Why is that immoral?
I
though?
mean,
I like it. I like it when she does that. What is immoral about her doing that? I want her to do that. I'm not conscious at the time. That's true. But I'm very fucking enthusiastic that I want to wake up that way. Very enthusiastic about it.
She cannot handle that, guys. She cannot handle when a man is unapologetic. That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. And this is a good example for you men to understand that you cannot be unapologetic, guys. I mean, I'm sorry, you have to be unapologetic. Or your belief, if you hold them strong. He's literally destroying her. She cannot believe a guy like Andrew is here telling her, basically, I'm a man, and so what? I'm a man, and so what? What are you going to do about it? What your ideologies and your little things are going to do about it? Nothing, because in reality, you can't do it. Guys, in reality, she cannot do anything or her ideology unless she introduced shame to the spirit of Andrew. That's what it is. Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm out.